Here are some of the things all single men need to be aware of when visiting Thailand so you don't end up looking like this UK man. This was before to this one back in April 2019. This is the same man after he visited his Thai wife in Pai. It's about 3 hours north of Chiang Mai. He spent 2 weeks in the Thai hospital and he spent like tens of thousands of dollars worth of medical bills. Allegedly, he got cracked skull, broken nose, and a hole in one of his eye sockets. On top of that, he was jailed for fighting back. And they confiscated his passport so he can't leave the country. So what happened to him? Who attacked him? And what do you do to avoid this during your holiday? Before we get into that, let's check out some other things you need to be aware of based on this video. So let's get started. I'll probably have to skip some of this video because it's pretty long. Okay, so let's check out the channel's page here. Okay, so the header and the profile picture looks like a normal, regular Thai channel. But if you click on videos or you look below it, it looks like one of those Bangkok 112 type of videos. Anyways, but let's check out this first video first. 5 Don'ts in Thailand. So this is by Bangkok Diaries. Okay, so it's bars, usual. By the look of this, like the first minute, you can tell that this is in one of Thailand's red light district. It's in Pattaya. So it was filmed in Pattaya, and the video appears to be targeting people who regularly go to these part of the country. Now the thing is, I didn't expect this in this video because I was looking at the thumbnail, but hey, since we're here, might as well just check out the rest of it. Also, the red light district in the country is a big portion of the tourism industry here, in my opinion. Or maybe before the pandemic, it was.
Thailand is a beautiful country. However, just like any other country in the world, it also has its black side. And while you're coming to Thailand as a tourist or holiday, it is very important for you to keep in mind few essential things that will help you stay out of trouble. So the first thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about is a question that every Thai girl or every person in Thailand who wants to strike a conversation with you or who you want to strike a conversation with is going to ask you.
How long?
That is, how long are you going to stay in Thailand?
It's funny.
อยู่ holiday แล้วเนี่ย
The holiday.
How many for you holiday 2 วันเหรอ
Week.
2 week
Yeah.
Yeah, like people will ask you how long are you staying in Thailand. So there is this clip of him getting a massage and the girl's asking how long he's staying for the holiday.
Now that question is nothing but a way to know that how long are you in Thailand and whether or not you're going to come back to them and how much time do they have to take your money. Now,
How much time? Take your
the
money.
best way to answer that question is tell them as long as the period that you can tell them that you're staying in Thailand. For example, if you're in Thailand for 1 month, you have to tell them that you are there for 3 months. That way they know that you are going to visit them again and they will not try to rip you off the first time you meet them.
I guess that's a good tip, especially in the red light district, based on the context of this video and the point of view of this video. There are a lot of scams and shady things going on there, but outside the touristy or the red light district of the country, in places like Chiang Mai, Hua Hin, some other parts of the country, like even parts of Bangkok, I wouldn't worry too much about Thais asking you how long you stay because you're worried that they're gonna steal or scam you, that kind of stuff.
So whenever somebody asks you how long are you staying in Thailand, if you are there for a week, tell them you're there for 3 months. That way they are going to take care of you a little more than they would normally do in case if they know that you are in Thailand for a shorter period of time.
Sometimes people like servicing you, like giving you a massage, and you're like staring at them, they might want to break the ice and ask some standard questions like, where are you from? What do you do here? Or how long are you staying? It's common. I have like a standard response. I'm Jamaican from the waist down, and I am Japanese or Korean from the waist up. But in a place like Pattaya or Patong or in Phuket and some other red light districts in the country, you do have to put up your guard just a little bit. So he's not wrong. Also, I want to add that you shouldn't be wearing like a lot of gold necklaces and jewelries and such. I think like expensive watches or luxury watches are okay because there's a lot of fake watches here. There's fake jewelries here too, but
Point number 2. Never ever talk to anybody about how much money you have. Or never tell them anybody how much money are you going to exchange, or you have big amount of money in your hotel room or in your condo. Do not talk about how much money you have.
and again, this is about visiting the red light districts, so no one should be asking you that of how much money you have. If you're a foreigner coming here for a holiday, everybody knows you have money.
99.9% of the times you may not face a problem, but there have been cases when a local person came to know about somebody who has a big amount of money inside their hotel. They kept a watch on the person. When the person walked out of their hotel, they raided their hotel room.
He speaks so soft. It's so hard to hear him. From the opposite side, like outside the red light district of Thailand, I had family members who's Thais. They asked me how much I'm making here, what's my salary, not because they were trying to scam me, because they were concerned they have to give me money. But yeah, don't tell people how much you make or how much you have with you right now. Don't go around showboating about your wealth. Everyone knows you have money. You're here on a holiday.
Point number 3. Whenever you are visiting Thailand, especially if you're a single man, you would want to get into a conversation with a local Thai girl or maybe a lady boy if that's your interest.
What?
You can meet a local Thai girl at a bar or at a club.
Okay, so Ladyboy, so the video just put the title, use the safety deposit box, and now he's talking about ladyboys.
Person from Thailand, ensure that you keep all your cash and all your valuables in a safe place.
Yeah, keep all your cash and expensive jewelry, even laptops or whatever, expensive camera in a safety deposit when you're leaving your hotel room. Sometimes I don't have a safety deposit or I can't get it working. If that happens, I'll just put my stuff inside my luggage and just lock it up. No one's going to come in there and lift your luggage out of your room because there's security cameras everywhere. Now, the other thing is, especially for like the cleaning people in like the low-end hotels, if they see you leaving like cash inside your room, and let's say it's 50,000 baht in cash, even if they're like good people, but that 50,000 baht is like 1 year or 2 years worth of savings for them, it can be quite tempting to them, even they're good people. Now, with that said, I had my uncle who left his wallet inside a hotel here in Thailand, and there were a few hundred US dollars in there. The hotel staff picked up his wallet and went to the airport to personally hand him his wallet, and without taking any money. So there are good hotel staff too.
Every hotel or condo in Thailand has a safety deposit box, and they are there for a reason. Make use of them. Put all your cash, all your valuables, anything that is of value to you inside that safety deposit. These safety deposits are there for a reason. Make use of them. Now, I'm going to talk about a fourth very important thing that one should keep in mind while they are in Thailand, and that is you have to be aware of the ladyboys. Be very cautious when you're dealing with a ladyboy.
Ladyboys.
So most of the
Beware of
ladyboys
ladyboys.
work.
Okay, I don't know about you, but I don't have to worry about that at all. Yeah, I mean, ladyboys are men, so you don't want to pick a fight with them because they're men. Also, if you're outside the red light district, or at least for me, I hardly see any ladyboys. And if I do see them outside the red light district, they will not bother you at all, at least from my experience. They're just like regular people. I guess if you're living or traveling inside the red light district, there's a lot of ladyboys around, so I guess.
So most of the ladyboys work, who actually work in Thailand are working professionals, but it is highly recommended to
Okay,
take utmost
I'm gonna
care
skip
about
a lot of this stuff,
family habits.
ladyboy stuff.
Um,
Okay, so let's go to the last one, where the man got into a fight visiting his Thai wife in Pai.
when we are visiting Thailand, we are in a holiday mood. We virtually drink throughout the day, and sometimes in that state, we tend to get into arguments with local Thais. Now, I highly recommend that do not get into a scuffle or a fight or an argument with a local Thai person. Um, if you get into a fight with a local Thai person, within minutes you would see, 4 or 5 and even 10 Thais gathering together, and they can beat you to pieces. Believe me, I've seen that happen
Yeah,
in front of me
don't pick
when
a
a
fight
person picked
with
up a
a
fight with a
Thai
local
person,
Thai.
even if that Thai person is smaller than you, because if there are 10 other Thai men to help and to fight you back, you're pretty much outnumbered. Even the Thais, they don't know each other. They might help the other Thai because you're a foreigner. I guess unless you're like some kind of martial arts expert or you're a Navy SEAL, then yeah, you can probably take out like half a dozen men by yourself or more. This was a UK man and his Thai wife, and that was before he got into a fight with 3 Thai men in Pai. And this is after. So the UK man got into a argument with some Thais sitting on the road and blocking the bikes. Next thing you know, he spent 2 weeks in the hospital with thousands of dollars in medical bills. I heard about this news before, and I read about it before I saw the CCTV camera footage. At first, I thought the UK guy was drunk and he was sitting on the road, because who would do that unless you're drunk or on some kind of drug? But after seeing and watching the CCTV footage, it was in the middle of the night and there was no traffic. The motorbikes or the scooters had a lot of room on the side to bypass him and his friends. And when the UK man stood up, the first thing he did was a Y. This could be for greeting, but in this particular case, the Y is to apologize and to show respect. But one of the friends sat and he didn't move, or they didn't move, which I think irritated one of the Thai on the bike. Then after a bit, they were fighting. I'm not sure who threw the first punch. So I don't think the UK man was at fault here from what I saw in the video. I mean, they shouldn't be sitting in the road in the first place, but that doesn't mean he deserved 2 weeks in a hospital. Now, the UK man was also put in jail for defending himself, but later released. They confiscated his passport, so he can't leave the country. The 3 Thais, were sentenced to jail too. The thing is that if you're in a argument with a Thai, you should just walk away, unless it's a emergency situation, like a life and death situation, where a Thai person is trying to harm you. Then all bets are off. Rush them. Do whatever you have to. Kick him where it hurts the most. Whatever. Yeah.
He was a local taxi driver, and within minutes there were 15 to 20 taxi drivers surrounding that man who had fought with the local taxi driver, and they were almost coming to blows. It is always advisable, if there is somebody who is instigating you, if there is somebody who is trying to get into your way, just walk away from the situation. You may be a man.
Yeah, there are
afraid
so
of
many
his
things to
friend
be
who can
aware
take,
of, but most of you probably never experienced them, even if you live here for a long time. If you want to learn more about that, check out my free book in the description below. You can download it. If you want to watch other videos about Thailand, click on the video above here. If you want to watch other Thai related news, click on the side here. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Join the channel membership for my exclusive travel videos and other perks by clicking on the join button below next to the subscription button.